Chapter 1. Hasley's Reflections and Life in Sydney. I was never a clear thinker. I remember Mom used to tell me that thinking things through too much could make things go wrong, but also that it would be a mistake to take the first option without consulting. I lived in Sydney, Australia. Yes, in that country where you will find the most exotic and wild animals. Kangaroos, wombats with short legs, koalas eating eucalyptus, and crocodiles with very strong jaws. My house was located in the city suburbs, and it was only inhabited by my mother and me. Bonnie Wagle, my mom, was an excellent psychologist who loved her work and me. My dad left us when I was 2 years old on my birthday. I missed him. I missed having a father figure. However, I had a woman who pulled us through with all her effort, who never left my side and stayed by my side. That was enough for me. Everyone used to ask me about the pronunciation of my last name, as the origin of it was thanks to my grandfather, the German. He was born in Hamburg and met my grandmother when he crossed the ocean. They were only 16 years old the first time they spoke, and they married at 19. My mother was born a year later in the city where we currently live. She was an only child, and so was I. In high school, all the teachers called me by that last German name, and I was so grateful to them that Derek had become common. I was certain I wanted to study graphic design. I had countless discussions with my mother about different degrees, ranging from the most lucrative to those on the verge of becoming obsolete. However, I struggled with attending classes, especially the early ones that started at 7 in the morning. My alarm was practically useless. When I finally woke up, only one eye would barely open. If my mother had to leave for work early, I considered it a blessing. She became my lifeline, making sure I reached the campus gate on time. Getting to the institute required taking 2 buses. It was located on the outskirts of the city, near the highway, where trailers and trucks blatantly ignored traffic signs. The pedestrian crossing and speed limits seemed meaningless. They moved as if no laws applied to them. We had requested a change of location months ago, but our plea was met with silence. Not that I cared much for their educational program anyway. I constantly complained about the mandatory Saturday classes. As if enduring 11 subjects each year wasn't enough, they insisted on making us suffer even more. Student complaints were a way of life for the rectory. Perhaps the same was true for me. Yet I held on to the hope that this would be the last year I rushed in late, a toothpaste stain on my blouse. And I was right. My perspective on life changed the moment I met him, Luke Holland.